Well, there's the 18 horse XD in action. Just wanted to give you an update. I did get a carburetor, very hard to find carburetor. What happened was I pulled the carburetor off and with intentions of putting a carb kit in it, and when I took it apart, there's a brass centerpiece that goes through it with a needle. I actually broke that. That was my fault. So what I did was I ordered another one on eBay. This is very hard to find, but I found the exact one. There's numbers on the carb. You got to make sure that's the right carb. So that was basically a $95 carburetor. I found that. The guy said it was good to go right off the bat, which it came with a fuel pump and everything. It actually, you can see he's not joking. It is ready to go. I cleaned all this up. I put a new little circlip on here for this little rod for the throttle linkage choke. The filter's all new. It's all cleaned out. I got new hoses with new clamps. Couple new bolts up top here. Going through holding this assembly for this is actually a backup, the pull start. It has an actual starter on this one. Okay. And here's where the connector is. I had to get a new bolt here. I went through the whole thing and tightened everything up. I put washers underneath here, tightened down the cover. I haven't changed the spark plugs, but they seem to be running just fine. I'll get a set for when I'm out on the water. Now, this is what I was waiting on right here. These little plastic connections that go over the top of this. There is a ball detent that comes off these. Well, I can't seem to get an answer back from the boatyard, and they won't tell me. And online it's saying that they're obsolete. But what I did, as you see, one end's threaded here, and one end is pressed in with a knurled end, which just grabs it. I actually turned these down on the lathe last night. I turned these down, and you can see this side has the threading inside, and then there's a little groove there just to delineates which side is which. And this one here I drilled it out with the right size drill bit, just a little smaller than the ball detent, and then I took a Dremel and went around inside of it with a ball Dremel and made it more like a cylindrical area inside, and then I put a little white lithium on there, and they snapped right on. You can see they're on there. This is the only one that's a little bit different. The threading on this one's a little smaller, so I had to make this one I think I made this one twice, but it's okay. I got this hard plastic. It's called phenolic, and I made them up on the lathe, got them all done, and we're not waiting on the boatyard no more. I'm not sure if this is quite exact, but it's pretty close. And these are the new lines. The other ones were real hard. You can see this one's real soft. The other ones were real hard. These go to the reeds in the back. Underneath the carb, there's two little ports that come out on the bottom. But as you can see, it's a successful little engine, and it just needed a little maintenance and a little tender love and care over here at the ranch that we're able to put on her. I went through and redid the whole gasket underneath down here. There's a gasket that goes all around the power head. I actually went and it was kind of ripped a little bit and torn. I actually put it all back together and siliconed it and clamped it, and then once it hardened up, I put these plates back on. And everything seems to be running good. So the next step will be, I need to go now this is my tank for my little boat. I've got a little boat over here, and that's little Evie. But little Evie, we don't know right now. We're just getting her, going to go on a maiden voyage with her. And I got to put some seats in here. I'm going to do you a little video on that. I pulled the old plywood. Well, actually it was 1x in here. I pulled them out, and I'm going to put some nice plywood in here and bolt it down for my seats. And then what I'm going to do along here is I'm going to put a board, like a 2x6. I'm going to come in here and cut it so that it fits nice and straight, and it bows, with the arch of the boat. And that way I can have cup holders and rod holders in there and so forth. But that's the situation on the Mercury. The Mercury is a runner, and the situation is I'm very happy to have it. So we're glad that you came along on this journey, and I'm just grateful that I was able to bring this to a fruition. And the final solution will be to get it out on the water and do a video out there. And that's what the ultimate goal is to do a video out on the water and bring the DIYer, the DIYer, with this DIYer, and we'll go out and we're trying to show you that you don't need to always go to a mechanic or a boatyard. You know what I mean? You don't have to do it. I mean, you can if you've got the money and the time and all that, and you want to wait a season to get your boat on the water. That's fine. Go put it in the lot and put it in the queue and get it on deck. But as you see, everything else in this country, they're taking their sweet time with, whether it's you're buying a new vehicle or you're just trying to find your favorite food on the shelves. It's the situation saying if you can't be patient, that's not going to be the line for you. So, and for me, the DIYer, I wanted to bring this live to you so that you could see that, you know, with a little bit of resources, you just take your time and do things. These are nice, good lines right here, too. Oh, boy, I'm glad I put them on there. The other ones were very rigid and hard. But with a little time and a little bit of know-how, you can get on the interweb and you can just see what other people are doing. But, yeah, we're happy with it. We're happy. The impeller's working real good. As you've seen, it was pushing water real nice. This other carb is really, I think it's excellent because it actually is, sounds like it's tuned right in nice. And someone took good care of it. And from here on out, I'll take good care of it. This motor came to me on a deal, so I want to make sure that I treat this engine 100% perfect, and I want to make sure that everything I put onto it's going to be the situation that says you really understand, you know, you respect what you have, okay? Because when you get out on that water and you're cruising across there, all these little things are forgotten sometimes, but I'll be remembering. I'll remember it right from day one, what I had to do to get this old girl back up and running. So, yeah, if you're in the market for some linkage pieces, I can make you some linkage pieces. Obviously, because you don't want to wait all summer for them to get back to you. I mean, they're only, you know, $4 or $5 if you can find them, but it's a matter of finding them. I think they want to try to sell you the whole rod, you know. But if you do like an interference fit down here, make this just a little bit smaller and then press it in. I've got a press. It ain't going nowhere. You can't get that off there with your bare fingers, I guarantee you. Well, let me back up. Most people. Some people got a kung fu grip. They could probably get it off there, but I'm not trying to let them grab onto that. But all right, this is Bry. I'm over here at the ranch, and we're getting ready to put this baby on a 14-footer. All right, this is Bry. I'm out.